What's going on, everyone? It's Adam here from Adam's Nintendo World, and we're live with more King's Quest VI on Steam. Sorry, I'm a little bit later than I wanted to be, but we're going to keep playing here. I'm just going to restore my game, I think. There we go, and restore. All right, we're going to pick up right where we left off. And I'm going to use my magic map and our head of iceberg.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
And we are going to head to the Island of Wonder now. Because we've got things to do. No, Isle of the Beast, sorry.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Hey, Brenda. Hey, Kirie.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not odd-looking, you are!
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not? Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
Alexander promises himself that he will not go home until he has determined what Casima's feelings are. The rocks are silent. The rocks...
You speak strangely, friend.
Strange? My speech is not. Eloquence I speak with.
But who are you? And why are you here?
Away I fly my home from. Lost I am, therefore. As my name, too, can you guess not? It's what I do this branch with, and the way I speak of.
If you're lost, perhaps I can take you home.
Take me home, too? Think not I do. Know you I do not.
Are you sure you don't want me to try to find your home?
Trust you I do not. Stay here I will.
Are you sure you don't want...
Trust.
And this is where you learn from years of playing what to do.
Alexander doesn't want to alter the forest. Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you I do. Go I with you.
All right, we got him. But we're not done here yet. Yoda is here. I love that.
Well, that was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger. Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not escape him. A pond lies across the path. The water boils as if over some magical flame.
We do not want to walk through that, but iceberg lettuce will do the trick.
Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable. Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater. Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree. As Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm good, though. I don't think I need to go do that, but I'm going to grab this.
Alexander picks up the brick.
You aren't going to listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
That's odd. The gardener just disappeared.
Okay, we gotta do some stuff back at the pawn shop and stuff. So let's grab our magic map.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
And we are gonna go to the Isle of the
Alexander
Crab.
feels a strange pulling sensation.
Your candy dish is empty.
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
Well, get some more then.
I fear that is impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate not getting what I want.
All right, let's give over this pearl.
If Alexander wants to exchange one of his possessions for an item in the pawn shop, he'll have to arrange it with...
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your ring back.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid.
Of course you are. You would be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I am happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please, choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Okay, we're gonna want the flute.
I'll take the flute.
The flute? Very good, Prince Alex. May its music always be sweet. Feel free to trade it back at any time.
Thank you.
Time to meet a new character.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
Good day, sir. Is there anything you can tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I'm sorry, but I have no time for idle conversation. I'm too worried about the princess.
Excuse me again, sir. You mentioned the princess.
I told you I'm not interested in talking to strangers.
Determined to learn more about the strange man's relationship with the princess, Alexander shows the man his insignia ring and formally introduces himself.
I'm sorry to insist, but my name is Alexander of Daventry, and...
I appreciate the offer of the ring, Alexander, but I'm afraid I'm already spoken. Daventry? Where have I heard of Daventry? Flying flit mice. You must be Prince Alexander. Cassima told me about you when she arrived home. How came you here?
Why, by a ship now wrecked upon the sand. But you know Cassima? She truly spoke of me?
Yes, I saw her briefly when she first returned home. She mentioned a prince to me. Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm afraid that was before she was told about her parents' deaths. You see, she arrived home a few weeks too late. The king and queen thought they'd never see her again. It is said they died of heartbreak. I'm afraid she's blamed herself.
What a terrible homecoming. If we had only known.
Terrible indeed, poor thing. Everyone in the kingdom seems to despair with her these days. The streets are silent.
Where is she now?
The princess is sequestered in mourning. It's a rather dated tradition, and not required, but the Wazir says she insisted out of respect.
I see. You've yet to say who you are, and how you know the princess.
I? Oh, pardon me. My name is Jallo. I am clown to the royal court, and had been since the marriage of Casima's parents, King Calipham and Queen Alaria. Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life, so in love. And Casima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing, smart as a whip, kind and sweet. Oh, she means everything to this kingdom, Alexander, and to me. I'm so terribly worried about her.
About her grief over her parents, you mean?
Well, the truth is, I do not trust the Wazir or his plans for Casima. I'm still living at the Castle of the Crown as court clown, his clown. But it is more to keep my ear to the ground than out of loyalty. I wish I knew what the princess thinks these days. If only I could find Sing Sing, Casima's pet nightingale. I might be able to send the princess a message. As it is, I must wait for the end of her seclusion.
What can you tell me about the Wazir?
The Wazir? Now there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul al-Hazred. He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliphim had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
And now?
Well, he's had his eye on Casima ever since she was a young girl. And she is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Wazir is capable of anything, and Casima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively distrusted him. Casima has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. Now I must return to the castle. Look, I don't want to arouse suspicion. I'll try to meet you here again later.
Thank you for the information, Jallo. Be very careful.
All right. We have to go back to the beach because we have some things we need to do. But we've met Jallo now. And we can follow him. What I should have done is I should have gone back to the Isle of Wonder first. But that's fine. We'll go back there now. I got to get a couple things before we go do some logic puzzles. And go meet the winged ones.
Alexander. Alexander.
first things first, we're going to go over here and talk to our friend.
Are you there, most venerable bookworm?
Do you have anything interesting yet?
A regular abnormality?
Let me see what I have.
Does this guy look kind of like him?
I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island.
Glad I am seeing you too.
A most solemn celebration.
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted?
Yes, sir.
Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now. This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Thanks.
All right. Couple more things we got to do. So there are some things I'll do because I know how to do them. And other things will be like logic based.
May I have this dance?
Oh, my!
Hey, Menin.
Alexander stops playing the flute, but the wallflowers and snapdragons continue to dance, caught up in the music and oblivious to everything around them. While the wallflowers dance, Alexander snatches the hole in the wall.
All right, so this next thing is just because I know that I need to do this. You'll see why in a little bit.
Alexander gives one of the baby's tears a bottle of milk. The other baby's tears seem to resent Alexander's gift for some reason. Alexander has no reason to gather tears in that lamp. Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the
Apparently I
milkweed
need the
bush.
cup, not the lamp. So I forgot. So we'll grab another thing of milk and then... All right, we are... I think we're ready to go up the cliff. I think.
Alexander...
I will save before I do it, but I think we're ready to go up the cliff.
Alexander...
Well, not yet. We have to go grab something from town, but then we're ready to go up the cliff. Couple more things we can do here. There's going to be a bunch of cutscenes.
Alexander holds out his insignia ring to the nightingale, hoping she perhaps is the nightingale that Giallo spoke of, and that she might be able to take the ring to Cosima. The ring is the one thing he has that might alert Cosima to his presence on the Isles. The nightingale swoops down and grabs the ring. She flies off towards the castle, perhaps to Cosima.
Sing, sing. What have you got in your mouth, my pretty? A gold ring? Sing, sing, where did you get this? Realm of Daventry. But this is Alexander's ring. Oh, my soul, he must be here. Sing, sing, I wish you could tell me what you've seen. Is he really here, then, on this very island? Oh, if only I could leave this castle as easily as you. Take this ribbon, Sing Sing. If you know where he is, return it to him. Please be careful, Alexander. It is so dangerous, and yet I could not wish you away.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a red velvet hair ribbon. Could it be? Could it possibly belong to Cosima herself?
Or am I merely wishing it were so? Oh.
Yes, Brenda, this is a game for when I was, like, really young that I really liked.
The lady's hair ribbon is made of the finest red velvet. A long strand of black hair is caught in the ribbon. Alexander examines the red ribbon and finds a strand of long black hair. Alexander holds out the love poem, hoping that the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the ring, in the chance that the receiver might truly be Cosima. The nightingale swoops down, grabs the love poem, and takes it towards the castle.
Sing, sing, my sweet, you bring another present. Let me see. It is a poem, Sing, sing.
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you.
Oh, Alexander. I was hoping he'd return to you. Take this to him while he waits. Hurry, my fleet one.
We'll have something else to give Cosima
later. The little bird makes a It's a note.
Dearest Alexander, I cannot believe you are here, my friend. Please, please be careful. Abdul isn't about to let anyone interfere with his plans. Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find some small means of defense. Do nothing to try to get to me. You must not be endangered again for my sake. Greatly in your family's debt, Cosima.
Alexander's hand trembles as he reads the note. For the first time in his long search, he has heard her voice again, if only in writing. No words of love, only friendly concern. Friend. Is the maiden merely shy, or does she regard him only as a brother?
Alright, we need one more thing before we go up the cliff, and it's a tinderbox. And we need a spell book.
Good day.
So, we're going to swap the flute for the tinderbox. This is the stuff where I click through because it doesn't matter. There we go. That's all kind of just the common stuff, so you're not missing any story elements because of that. And we're gonna trade in this rare book and get the spell book. He's always at that shelf every time you walk in. Even if you walk out, walk back in, he'll be back at that shelf. Alright, let's trade the rare book and get the spell book.
I found this rare book, and I thought of your offer.
Very interesting. Oh, it is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days. I guess people believe more in mirth than in magic. Here is the spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy it.
I certainly hope so. We shall see how rusty my spellcasting truly is.
Alright. I don't know how much longer we will go, but we'll at least get over to the mountain. I think I have everything. I think I have everything. It's a think, mind you. It is a think. But we'll get up the mountain, and then we'll quickly
Alexander
find out.
pulls out. Alexander.
Alright, first things first, save. Because if we fall, we die.
The steps cannot... The step...
It's a long way up. And it's a long way down.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
So there's a bunch that I know. But the difficult part is hitting the right symbols. So the master of languages will soar. But I have to make sure I click the right symbol. So there's like a guidebook for this game, and it tells you which buttons to press. So that's S. O. I think if I pick the wrong one, I'm in trouble too. So I gotta make sure I pick the right one. And I can't tell what that is. S-O... Dang, what is that? It's really blurry, so I can't... I think it's this. A... Oh, the image is really blurry. And then that one.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Alright, and up we go. Yeah, it's not like Assassin's Creed, where he like grabs it with his hands. Alexander's not that good. Alright. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're making progress. Oh my goodness gracious. There. There, and here's the next puzzle.
Alexander examines the string.
Oh, yeah. So the riddle is in the book, which is stupid. So this is how you get. So this is how they make sure you don't pirate anything. So in the manual, there's a clue, and in the manual it says 4 men standing in a row, third from the left, and down you go. So that's this one. The rest in order move you on. The youngest, the oldest, the second son. So the youngest, oldest, second.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Hey, Anthony. All right. And we go up. So this is how you couldn't pirate this game, because if you didn't have the manual, and this is before the internet, if you didn't actually have, I mean, not before the internet, but before that was all real popular and stuff.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Almost fell. You couldn't pirate it because you needed the manual for all this information. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to progress past this point. But I mean, now it's all readily available, and if you buy the Steam game, you get a copy of the manual so that you can easily, obviously, figure this out. Not easily, because it's still difficult.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
So this one is the Sacred Four, which is the Sacred Four are Tranquility, which is that. It is the color Azure, which is that. It is the Caterpillar, which I believe is that. And it is Air, and Air is that.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Yes, Kirie, not the solution. You still have to figure out what the Sacred Four were. Although the manual has like a lot of writing in it, like story and stuff about the sacred beings. And so I think the answers were like buried in that. Essentially, it was like a history book for the game. I don't want to screw this up. But yes, you needed the manual. It had all the information. It had what letter all the symbols were. So like it tells me, for that one where we had to write SOAR, it told me what SOAR were. So, yeah. It was actually quite clever for the time. But we only have one more puzzle to finish, and then we'll be at the top. Alright.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
I know this one. It's Ascend.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Alright, I'm going to save here again, because if I'm missing something now, I think you could be screwed out of getting this right. I think. So we're just going to save again. And then we're going to head back up to the top, and that should bring us right to the top of the mountain, into the next part of the game. We still have so many cool places to go, guys. We're going to the Realm of the Dead. They're going in the castle. So much good stuff coming.
Alexander finds himself, finally, at the top of the cliffs. Exhausted, he steps over the lip of the plateau and stands.
Why do you make such an effort to climb the cliffs, young man? The winged ones who live on this island have the power of flight. You could have it too, if you'd only eat a berry from this magical flying nightshade bush. See? The sweet berries will make you float like a petal on the wind. Try some. Come, Strean.
It would be rather rude to crawl into that cave with the old woman standing.
But who are you, matron?
Who cares? I mean, I am only a poor old woman who wishes you well, handsome stranger. Think of me as your grandmama, if you like. Young... All right, then. Stay tied to the ground like a load of lead. See if I care. You human.
How odd. The old woman just disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Perhaps those berries are even more powerful than she led Alexander to believe.
Look, an intruder! Hold! How did you get up here, human?
I climbed the cliffs.
That is not possible. No one has solved the cliffs of logic in several centuries, and if the cliffs were to be solved, it would certainly not be by a human.
I didn't mean to trespass. I only wanted to visit this beautiful island.
No visitors have been welcome on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain in years. Not since the Red and White Queens had spies in the guise of friendly visitors steal our island's sacred golden fleece. But we will not display such foolish trust again. You will have to answer to Lord Azure and Lady Ariel. They will determine what will be done with you. I can assure you, it will not be pleasant.
There'll be a ton of story now, and so I think we'll save the catacombs for our next episode, which could be later tonight, maybe just without chatting, but probably will be tomorrow.
With what trickery did you master the cliffs of logic and reach the city of the winged ones?
So yeah.
Only the magic of clear thought, my lord. I meant no harm.
The cliffs of logic. It is the sacred oracle's prophecy, Azure.
Yes, Ariel. It is lucky for you, human, that climbing the cliffs of logic is part of a prophecy that I cannot ignore. We have just been ordered by Wazir Al-Hazred himself to dispose of any strangers that might land on our fair isle, but the prophecy would have a different fate befall you.
The prophecy predicts that whosoever climbs the cliffs of logic will defeat the Minotaur. The Minotaur has violated our sacred catacombs and eats our young in sacrifice. Our own daughter, Lady Celeste, was taken there only this morning as his most recently demanded offering.
A dilemma, then. Whom shall I obey in regards to your fate, the oracle or the crown? But since Al-Hazred did not dictate how I was to dispose of intruders, and since you cannot possibly survive the catacombs, your imprisonment there should serve both purposes quite admirably.
I will not resist you in this, my lord. I shall do my best to save your daughter.
First, I must tell you that the catacombs are a labyrinth of rooms, a place of exceeding danger. You will need many tools and clear wits to survive it.
I am ready.
Very well. My guards will take you there now. You seem courageous enough, but the catacombs will determine how brave you really are.
Why did you tell Lord Azure you were ready and willing to face the catacombs? No one is ever ready, and only a fool could be willing.
And you are far wiser, I suppose, to leave a maiden to die? To not fight this plague on your own people?
Bravery and suicide are two different things, human. You will have a chance to renounce your choice soon enough, when you lay trembling under the Minotaur's hooves.
We shall see. Thanks for the escort.
We only escort you to your death. May the fates make it quick so that you do not have to scream long.
The catacomb's entrance door is locked from the outside by the Winged One's guards. It seems that leaving the catacombs by that door is not an option.
All right, everyone, I am going to save here, and this is where we will pick up on our next episode. We will be doing the catacombs. I hope you join me for that. After the catacombs, I think we'll be visiting the Oracle, and then working on getting to the realm of the dead. But folks, thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, we'll chat again real soon. Goodbye.